What up with it? Welcome to Behind the Curtain, the Mandalorian no cap recap, and I am cue my drop.
Joe
Blacula.
Good looking out now. Season 3, episode 1, chapter 17, clocked in roughly at 35 minutes, titled The Apostate. After the series season 1 and 2 rundown montage and whatnot, we open up with a Mandalorian helmet getting made for a ceremony, looking more like a baptism for a young Mandalorian teenager dude. It's 20 other Mandalorians lined up on the beach. Initially, I was thinking it was a flashback moment for Mando, whose actual name is Din Djarin. Just as soon as the new rookie is about to finish his new script, a giant alligator hybrid snapping turtle pops up out the water and starts handling all them dudes on the beach. Cut to a small ship flying in, hits the alley turtle with 2 laser blasts to the stomach parts all over the beach. Alley turtle is dead. It's Mando or Din Djarin flying the ship. Clearly this ain't a flashback. In season 2, Din Djarin took his helmet off to show his face to Baby Yoda, whose actual name is Grogu, not Baby Yoda. Mandalorians can't do that or they're kicked out, so he's out. He came to that planet to confirm with the head Mandalorian lady that if he takes a bath in their home planet of Mandalore, and if he can prove it, would she let him back in the group. But the word is that the planet Mandalore is destroyed. Now he proves that it's not, but the planet ain't safe. She says it's cool, he shakes it. He figures that he's gonna need help from a dead bounty hunter robot named IG-11 that tried to kill Grogu. The robot is now a statue on the planet Navarro, where Carl Apollo Creed Weathers is now the High Magistrate of the planet, or the HNIC of the planet. He used to give Din Djarin his gigs for a cut of the bounty, and his name is Grief Karga. So Grief and Din, they politicking. 5 pirates square up with them in the middle of the street about having a drink. They have a shootout, left one of them alive. His name is Vane, he'll be back. They get the robot IG-11, bring it back to life. The robot is reset to default mode. Tries to kill Grogu again. That never goes well. Frankenstein, Superman, Optimus Prime.
Come on!
Din kills 4 more pirates, keeps it moving to the planet Kalevala to connect with another old partner, Bo-Katan. Now he's thinking that he could connect with her and her crew. Her crew shook the spot, so she's popped and salty, but told Din what he needed to know and where he needed to go. I noticed that they kicked up the level of cuddly shots for Grogu in this episode. I mean, I get it, he's the draw. Nerd alert! So this episode is titled The Apostate, which means a person who renounces a religious or political belief or principle, which is kind of what Din Djarin did when he took his helmet off. Stall me out. So they're always mentioning the word creed. They said it about 10 times. As well as they made mention of the word redemption. So dig this. Carl Weathers was best known for playing Apollo Creed from the Rocky series. And the head Mandalorian sister made mention to Din about his redemption. And Redemption is the name of the song that's playing during the end credits of what movie? Rocky 2. I will not believe that all of that is a coincidence. Sidebar, one of my favorite songs that I've ever produced is a song called Redemption, where I actually sampled the song Redemption made by Bill Conti. Shout out to my bro Merge Haas. We will do that song one more time. In conclusion, this episode kicked off for me with a damn Carl's Jr. Hardee's commercial, which forced me to update my Disney Plus package. They know that it's cats like me that's out in the world that at least for the next 8 weeks we are not going to be dealing with a bunch of Allstate, State Farm, and KFC commercials. That ain't happening. Alright people, it's a wrap. Holla black at you for season 3, episode 2, chapter 18. That's it. Season 3, episode 2, chapter 18 clocks in roughly 44 minutes and is titled The Mines of Mandalore. Episode 2 kicks off back on Tatooine because Din Djarin has to go back to holler at his old partner Peli Motto to see if she could come up on that part that he needs for IG-11. He's got history with her from seasons 1 and 2. She really likes Grogu. Grogu does this flip out of the ship into her arms. That was dope. She also sold Din Djarin his new ship that he's currently flying in. She hollers at her crime partners, the Jawas, they're the scammers, the boosters of the Star Wars universe. She's one as well. They got this whole racket that they're running at the beginning of the episode. So Peli talks Din into buying R5-D4. Come to find out that R5-D4 can do the exact same thing that IG-11 can do, which is being able to check the atmosphere on Mandalore as soon as they touch down. Din needs to know if him and Grogu are going to be able to breathe or not. R5-D4 was the other R2-D2 of my childhood. He looks just like R2. He he's just red and white and does the exact same stuff. I think they're considered mech droids. He cops R5-D4, they head to Mandalore. Was that a bar? So I'm thinking that when they keep saying that Mandalore is destroyed, that they're talking like it's blown up, like planet Krypton or something like that. No, they just mean it's bombed out and depleted, kind of like the way Inglewood here in Chicago used to be. I digress. So while Din Djarin is scoping everything out, he got Grogu with him. It's kind of like all of what's left of the cities are all underground now. It's like miles and miles of cities. So Din gets to lurking, and then these cave dudes pop out. They're called Alamites, and they gave Din Djarin the business. He kind of handles them with the Darksaber. I forgot that he had that on him. He kind of stumbled through it. He really needs to train more. That's a whole other story. Nerd alert! Those cave dudes, the Alamites, they really reminded me of the Morlocks from the movie The Time Machine. Trust me, I know that I'm not the only dude that saw that. So Din pushes forward, then he gets bum rushed by this General Grievous looking cat. This half robot, half monster, half something hybrid kind of thing. Yeah, this time Din gets handled. He gets put in this cage. So Grogu sees all this. He's kind of dipped off in the cut. Grogu tries to get him out the cage. That didn't work. Din tells him, go get Bo-Katan. Now all this time, at least for the past several episodes, starting from the last season, Din has been teaching Grogu how to navigate, how to get around in the universe, and now it's starting to pay off. Grogu gets little because he moves around in this flying ball. That's how he gets around. Man, you gotta see what Grogu did to one of them Alamites. Gets back on the ship. R5-D4 can actually fly the ship. That's one of the things that those mech droids can do. They fly back to Bo-Katan. She's still popped and salty, kind of sitting on her throne just waiting. But she takes Grogu, R5-D4 back to Mandalore because she's gotta help him. They land, the Alamites pop back out. They are honestly light work for Bo-Katan. In the meanwhile though, like the robot monster dude like stabs Din and starts draining some type of liquid out of him. I can't figure out if that was blood or not because it kind of wasn't looking like it. But Bo-Katan steps up, handles the robot dude with the Darksaber, hacks him to pieces. Really not sure if they're going to be done with him or not. Sidebar, that thing was gross. She gets Din out of that cage that he was in. So now they're off to the mines so Din can go take his bath and purify himself. I'm thinking that Mando, that Din was going to get into some type of swim trunks before he gets into the water. Nope, armor and all in the water. My man took 3 steps in and yoink, he gets snatched down by something. Sidebar, I'm telling you that the Star Wars universe always steps back, and that snatch reminded me of when Luke got snatched in Star Wars Episode 4 when they were in the trash compactor.
Come on, come on!
So of course Bo goes in the water after him. Finally catches up with him like way down in the caverns of the water. I'm talking like probably like a mile down. My man went down quick. I'm guessing that Beskar armor kind of got some weight to it. So Bo-Katan grabs Mando, and en route back up to the surface they pass this eye, this big eye. And I'm telling you, the rumble that my system made at the crib, that low end that I heard told me that my Apple Minis could handle some bass. But they get past the eye, get back to the surface, roll credits. Sidebar, that eye belonged to a mythosaur. Shout out to my bro Reg for sending me a text message and pulling my coattails on that. I do remember hearing about that thing in the other episodes of The Mandalorian. I just haven't seen one as of yet. In conclusion, this episode should have been titled Din Djarin Gets His Ass Whooped for 45 minutes because that's exactly what happened. Or Bo-Katan saves Din Djarin's ass constantly. One of them. Alright people, it's a wrap. Holla Black at you for Season 3, Episode 3, Chapter 19. That's it. Man, I am definitely gonna do a lot less writing next time. This is still a lot of work, man. This shit is tedious. Oh, dig how I remixed the Mandalorian theme music.
This is the way. This is the way.